Hi traders, welcome to this Blueberry Markets update with me, 𝖢𝖥𝖣yi, Senior Market Analyst. Today, we'll take a look at Euro US dollar ahead of the August US CPI or Consumer Price Index data releases. CPI and core CPI month on month are both forecast to remain the same at 0.2%. Should this forecast come to fruition, it will provide further ammunition to the Federal Reserve's recent decisions. With inflation seemingly in check, the rationale for maintaining rates at their elevated levels become clearer. It's a nod of approval to those banking on the Federal Reserve, leaving rates unchanged for an extended period. Moreover, it keeps the door open for potential rate hikes in the future as the economy navigates the challenging waters of high inflation. However, the landscape could shift if the data misses the mark. A lower than anticipated reading on the CPI could alter the narrative. A softer inflation figure might suggest that the urgency to combat rising prices is diminishing. In such a scenario, the Federal Reserve could interpret this as a signal just to keep rates steady rather than hiking them. Market participants are currently pricing in an 86.5% chance that the Fed leave rates unchanged in the September meeting. So time will tell which path the data will carve for the policymakers. Let's jump over to Euro US dollar and let's take a look at those key levels to watch out for. So let's take a look at the Euro US dollar chart. This could be one of the movers going into that US CPI meeting. Now, from a weekly perspective, it looks like we're in a kind of bullish upward trend. Not a very strong one considering, the highs, they are technically getting higher and the lows are getting lower. Lows are getting higher, sorry. But there's not a real any kind of big moves to the upside here. But nonetheless, we are technically making that upward trend situation. We are technically as well in a bit of a bullish channel here. I've recently tapped in to the bullish channel highs around about that 1.1250 level. We've rejected, we've come back down. We're now back into sort of the middle of the channel and back at this kind of previous area where the market stalled before seeing that sort of rally to the upside. Now what's quite interesting is the kind of last couple of weeks situation here where we've had sort of a wick into the area, a close above. Last week we then had this kind of wick into there as well and another close above. So are we starting to set up here technically for a potential move back up to the upside? I think it's going to be one of those things where we have to watch out for what price does here next. Now, if let's say we get a little bit of a miss on the data, perhaps the CPI comes in a little bit lower, the dollar starts to weaken, then euro dollar could actually start to trade back to the upside, back towards this 1.1250 handle. And if I was to go down into the daily time frame, you can see here we're kind of trading at this key level at the 1.0950. We could also argue that there's a potential for price to break through a bit of a trend line support as well through here. But more importantly, you can actually see there's kind of like a build up of consolidation going on there, with the highs being the sort of 1.1 area. So if the price trades through 1.1, holds above it, then it could be a sign that the dollar's weakening and euro dollar could be heading towards that 1.1250 high. On the other hand, if we see maybe the 0.2% forecasted rate come in and the market take that as a bullish sentiment because it may fear that the Fed are going to hold rates at a pace for a longer period, and even consider maybe even hiking rates further, the dollar may gain some strength off the back of that. Now that means a break below this 1.9050, and the recent lows that have formed here could then see price come back towards that 1.0825. A break below that, you can see, comes down to all this 1.0675 number just through there. Sorry, just duplicated a couple of the numbers there. But you can see euro dollar at a really crucial level in the market, and it'll be interesting to see which way this market does break. That news is going to surely be the catalyst that does see price move, and I think we've got a couple of scenarios that we could weigh up for. So hopefully that all made sense. If it did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Cheers.